Welcome back, everybody. Now, I went on a huge Odin grind, and it was just to make this gameplay video, but I just had to get to 4 million points in order to get the 3-star version. Um, and my overall opinions of this guy, I honestly don't really know. I've had completely mixed emotions about this guy, because when he does not have the Odin sleep, he's like complete garbage. However, when he does have it, he's a solid champion. He's not overly amazing or anything. Um, but there is a certain way you do want to play him that I found best. But yeah, um, when he does not have the Odin sleep, he's just complete garbage. And it's just very disappointing and very hard to play him. He's not a good champion at all. Now, I know Karate Mike in his video of this guy, he said that like in movies and stuff, Odin like needs to sleep and then he's like awake for years. And I agree. I agree with his statement of he should have to sleep every once in a while, but then he should be good for a couple fights. But in order to get off the Odin sleep, you have to use another champion, which can be really annoying. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be jumping into the last quest of Act 3, and then we're going to be hopping into the last quest of Act 4 as a bit of a challenge. Now, when I did my 3-star Winter Soldier gameplay in honor of Falcon and Winter Soldier, I went into the, I fought the Hulk in the last quest of Act 4, yeah, it was harder because that Hulk has 80% physical resistance, and Winter Soldier is all physical. This guy, it's gonna be easier to take him down since not all of his attacks are physical. But the main thing that you want to do with this guy is you want to start off with heavies in order to get some energizers, so his power can go up faster. But the first special you want to use is the Special 3. And the reason you want to use the Special 3 is because it gives you a couple of buffs, and you want as many buffs as possible. It gives you an extend buff and an extra fury, or maybe it's an extra armor. But yeah, then you want to use an SP1. And here, and then you want to use an SP1 to get even more buffs. Yeah, and you just want to get as much buffs as possible. I don't think it really matters whether you go SP3, SP1, or SP1, SP3. But then once you have all the buffs, you are ready to throw the SP2. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the SP2 does more damage based on how many buffs you have on the person. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how good he is when he does not have the Odin sleep against this Captain America. And yeah, he's just not that good of a champion. He has very small damage output. But yeah, a main thing about this guy is you always want to have the Odin Force ready, and you switch between 1 and 2 charges, and you switch every time you use a heavy attack. However, whenever you use a special, you want to have 2 charges because it always gives you something else, another different buff. But yeah, what the SP1 gives you if you have the Odin Force, it gives you extra block proficiency for 7 seconds, and what the SP3 does, it gives you an extend buff, so it extends all your buffs by 25% for the next 15 seconds. And there, the Nick Fury Ant-Man charge saves me, and there again. But I had to throw off another heavy in order to throw the SP3 so I could get the extend buff. And yeah, when you throw the SP3, a second version of any buff you have on the person activates. Now, what the Odin Force is his Fury buff. What the Odin Sleep is his Fury buff. So if he has slept, then he does have the Fury buff. If he has not, then he does not, and his damage output's a lot smaller. I'm pretty sure last fight was like 44 hits and he was almost down. And these guys have almost the same health pool. But yeah, when you're close to your opponents, you have all the buff timers freeze. However, when you're not close to the opponents, they do like keep going. But the main reason I wanted this guy was because of synergies in his pre-fights. Now, in order to have the crazy hella synergy, you do need to have a 5-star version of him. And I know a lot of people went on a grind for this guy. So I'm really struggling where to put this guy on the tier list because of his Odin Force because of his Odin Sleep. But overall, I am a fan of the character. And even his animations and his winning animation. Alright, but for this Gamora, we're just gonna use Ant-Man to just plow through it. So I'm just gonna skip over this fight. So 1 sec. Alright, but yeah, I finished that fight with Ant-Man. And yeah, now I move on. I choose the Symbiote, just because I don't want to deal with Spider-Man Classic and his evading. Problem was I did not know what his animations were gonna be, which cosmics. Turns out they were black bolts. But yeah, you want to start off using heavies to get energized and the Odin Force. Because you just want to have as much power gain as possible. When I first heard Odin was coming into the game, I wanted him to be a ramp up champion like Aegon or Strife. However, my friend Latex Gloves, if you watch my videos, then you do know who he is. He wanted him to be like Venom and high buff. He got what he wanted. But just a lot worse than what he wanted. He wanted like someone like Venom who had a whole lot of damage output, and the buffs actually did a lot for him. But Odin, I do like the character, but problem is he's not always that good. He won't always be there when you need him. And yeah, you're gonna have to always really think ahead about when you want him to sleep and when you want him to actually fight, which is going to be a little bit annoying. But I go for the SP2, and yeah, then that fight is over. Did I even use a special? I don't even think so. But yeah, then I had Ronin and then Abomination, and I was worried about the Abomination, and I do fail on the Abomination. Alright, but Ronin, we are gonna, because these health is not quite enough, we are going to go into Act 4 later. But yeah, Ant-Man's just breezing through this fight. I just chose this guy just so I didn't have to deal with much. But yeah, that was a straightforward fight. And now we have Abomination, and I'm not sure if Odin has many immunities. I don't think he does. So yeah, he doesn't have like insane utility or anything. However, the main thing about him is he's like an Apocalypse in the fact that he helps other champions get better. However, they forgot to make him good. But yeah, so that's why him and Apocalypse are different. But a really nice thing about this guy is, like, Apocalypse, he's limited to mutants. This guy's not. He can do anybody with his pre-fights. But yeah, I fail from poison damage on the Abomination. And yeah, I just fell right there. And yeah, I don't know why. But then I decide, alright, we'll go into Act 4. and try the Hulk. And the Hulk is going to be easier for this guy than he was for Winter Soldier, because Winter Soldier is all physical damage. This guy has with the SP2. This guy has some energy damage, especially the red damage on his SP2. That's his main damage output. Alright, but you always start the fight, or start the quest with the Odin sleep. So yeah, I start with one energizer. I just want to get it up as much as possible. And I got it to 4. So yeah, so then I'm like, okay, we'll start hammering in. And yeah, this, as you can see, the damage output is very small. So I'm just like, okay, let's race to the SP3. Let's not get hit by any specials of his, and the special 3s are not active, which is really nice for this guy. Yeah, the first person has special 3s active on like the story quest is Maestro, which is later in this quest. But yeah, Maestro's not too hard once you learn the SP1. But yeah, it can sometimes take some time to perfect. Alright, but yeah, I'm not sure if I threw the SP1. I wasn't sure if I forgot. But I throw the SP1, and I'm not sure if I had the Odin charges. Shoot, I'm starting to forget what they're called. The Odin Force. But yeah, over the next month, we are going to be shoot, sorry, I lost the words. I am going to be experimenting more with this guy, and hopefully we can make some more videos. I am having a little bit trouble cramming some stuff near the end, but I should be okay. I got to make 2 crystal openings. Yeah, and I'm somehow going to have to fit the... Okay, well, never mind. Alright, but yeah, as you saw, the main damage output was the SP2. The health just flew straight off with that. But yeah, everybody, this does bring us to the end of the video. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe and like button. If you want to watch more of me, I post every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and I also do a live stream every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Time of Arena. So yeah, if you just want to hang out and talk about MCOC, make sure to hop on that. And yeah, if you want to know more about my MCOC account and my channel, make sure to head over and follow the Instagram. And yeah, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. And yeah, see you later.